have a confession to make. I hate modular helmets. I hate them. They're noisy. They leak air. They leak moisture. They're drafty. They don't fit very well. They're heavy. They're somewhat bulbous. You ever seen that movie Spaceballs? That's what I think of modular helmets. I just don't like them. I just don't like them. I just don't like them. It doesn't need to work because the helmet is so leaky that it doesn't really matter. You've got this giant jaw that protracts and sticks out in the wind and acts as a buffet. So the thing, for all practical purposes, might as well have a sail on top of it. I just don't like them. That's why I was so surprised when HJC dropped this. This is the brand new I90. This is not a $500 helmet. This is a price point. This is a $200 to $220 retail modular helmet that does not look like a modular helmet. Besides, they've got this almost Princess Leia-like looking jaw protrusion on both sides. Now that's noisy. Now it's there for a very important reason, because you have basically two shells that have to sit over top of each other, because no matter what, a certain portion of the helmet has to overlap, because the helmet has to still have some rigidity to it in order to make sure that it passes DOT properly. And that's another thing. Why is it that almost every helmet in the US is made with only DOT? It doesn't matter if it's $800, it doesn't matter if it's $99, it's DOT only. That's the other reason I'm so surprised that this helmet launched this year. Did you notice? It's not only DOT, but it's also ECE. Now, why is that important? Well, most people don't realize it, but the Department of Transportation, or Federal Motor Vehicle Safety Standard 218, FMVSS 218 that you see on the sticker on the back, doesn't require any sort of a chin hit. But DOT and ECE does. So, if a helmet is dual homologated, or meaning that it passes both homologation standards, it means that it has also undergone a direct hit to the chin, because ECE requires that. So, the fact that HJC's I90 carries both ECE and DOT, by my math and by my estimation, puts it in rare air, because more helmets, regardless of price, are only DOT than dual homologated. Now, the other thing that you'll notice is the old version of this helmet has been around for quite some time, and it was a category leader. It was a great seller. It was a really nice helmet for its day, but it had some funky things that made people maybe lose a little faith in it as it got longer in the tooth. Now, you'll notice on this helmet, there's no more spring-loaded mechanism on the top for the drop-down sun visor that it still comes with. They've moved it to the front. Let's get a closer look at this helmet. The first thing that I noticed when I unboxed it was it's got ambidextrous tabs on the front. That may seem like a really small detail, but let's face it. If your bike is a CVT, you don't need to worry about your clutch hand. Or, you know what? If you're left-handed, or if you just have a reason that you need to open it with your right hand, you don't have to worry about the tab just being on one side. It's really easy to get to. And you'll notice it's big enough that even with a glove on, it's easy to get to. Now, the other thing you'll notice is they got rid of the slider here that was the controller for the drop-down sun visor. This helmet still has a drop-down. They just moved it to the side. Check it out. Now, here's the other thing you'll notice is it's got a very profound detent, so that when it's locked in the up position, it's not going to ride down. Let's say you ride something that's going to vibrate pretty heavily. I've seen drop-down sun visors actually vibrate down. This thing locks. So when you put it back in the up position, do you hear that click? Listen for that click. Now obviously it's also Smart HJC ready. So the new Cena-made 10 and 20 work perfectly well with it. The other thing though that you'll notice is that, man, check this out. It's got these little lips on the sides that actually sit down, so depending on your neck thickness, be it very narrow or very wide, this helmet will actually contour more effectively to your head shape and neck shape, so that it gives you a very, very quiet ride, especially at speed. Let's face it, most helmets, especially in this type of shape, aren't ridden tucked. They're ridden like this. So anything you can do to make that helmet quieter, especially at speed, is a welcome and refreshing change. Also, if you look at the way that the rear spoiler sits, you can see that it's got passive venturi venting. So you've got a ram air type scoop on the front that forces air in, and when this is open, it engages the rear and allows a vortex to basically pull air through. So it actually pushes. This allows for cold air to come through, but it pulls the warm air out, creating the venturi effect. In my opinion, the very most important feature about this helmet is the fact that this is a smooth joint here. There's nothing that sticks out. Almost every other helmet on the market, the jaw protrudes anywhere from a quarter, in some cases to over a ½ inch. This helmet, if you didn't know it was a modular, especially in another color, you probably wouldn't even realize this is a modular helmet. I did mention before, this has got a nice forehead vent here, nice ram air style vent. Check out how big it is and how easy it is to use, even with a glove. You can sweep through it. It's very pronounced. The other thing that you'll notice is it's got a nice big chin vent. And again, hear that loud click? No parts shaking, no noise. It's just a great design. The other thing that I want you to notice is really subtle, and it's not called out. But this helmet actually has perforations on the top side of the cheek pads where they've actually removed the foam on the inside of the comfort liner, so that doing this is easy. And as I mentioned in the video I did for the i10, HJC has really stepped up their game when it comes to how the shield mechanisms work on these helmets. Check that out. It's so easy you can do it with one hand. I'm literally holding the camera, boom, and do it again. Boom. Now I've worn a bunch of modular helmets over the last 18 years because I started thinking about it. I think 2002 or 2003 is the first year that I had a modular helmet to sell. And honestly, I can't tell you how much I've hated modular helmets ever since. Sure, they were a great revenue stream for me personally, but I didn't really think they were all that special for all the reasons I mentioned prior. But this helmet really, really changes things for me. It's quiet, it's really lightweight, and frankly, it looks like a full face helmet. Be sure to check it out at your nearest dealer. The new HJC I90.